तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तिः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ जयन्ती मंगलकाली भद्रकाली कपालिनी दुर्गा क्षमा शिवधात्री स्वाहा स्वादा नमोस्तुते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Sairam Lin, Sairam from Malaysia.
Sairam Sharma, Sairam from New Zealand. Thank you, Swami, so much for allowing us to tell this following story, which is of very deep import. And I feel very humbled to be allowed to tell this story. So without further ado, we welcome all of our listeners. Fasten your seatbelts. This is one of those stories. It's not only true, it is in another dimension. It might be known by some that Swami had sent certain divine beings to every country in the world. And these divine beings appear to be ordinary Sai devotees, or you may not even know them. Some of them may be his graduate students, and some of them may be ladies, and some of them may be men. We have here in New Zealand a small number. I have met most of them. I can tell you that this one particular lady was so greatly blessed by Swami that even as a baby, she was stillborn, and Swami revived her. The doctors had said she was gone, she was born blue, not responding. The grandmother in those days, you were able to go to Swami's balcony and call out to him. And she called out to him, Swami, the child is no more. The grandmother said, Swami, the child is no more, what to do? Crying. And Swami picked up the child and said, who says the child is no more? He created vibhuti and began to rub it all over the child's body. The child began to turn pink, revived, and cried. Then Swami gave the child a new name, which I will not reveal out of consideration for the family. I became dear friends with this beautiful lady who now resides in New Zealand. Swami had sent the entire family here to do his work, and this is something that he has done with several of the other families. This lady accompanied me. We were both speakers in another city in New Zealand. We were scheduled to speak. Can't quite remember the occasion. I think it might have been Swami's birthday some years ago. And the night before we were due to catch our flight, it was an early morning flight, 6 a.m. from Auckland, she called me on the phone and said, Lynn, once we get to our destination, I will not be able to come with you. I have to go to see to a devotee who is dying. Swami came in my dream last night and told me, he said, my devotee and he named the city where we happen to be, is dying. Go to her, assist her. Someone will meet you at the airport. Do not worry, I am with you. This didn't surprise me because I have seen these kinds of leelas before. And sure enough, I left her at the airport where she was met by a young man. She didn't even know where she was going or who she was going to see. But a young man saw her and came forward and said, are you so-and-so? Yes, yes, come with me. And he took her to a home where an older lady was lying in bed, very ill. And the lady had her 2 children with her. There was no husband. The lady was a widow. And the 2 children were in their teens. As you can imagine, everyone was very upset and wanting to cling to the mother. But the mother knew that she was going to pass away. There was nothing to be done. And so my friend began chanting Gayatri Mantra. She began consoling the lady, wiping her forehead, taking care of her in every single way, holding her hand, reassuring her that the passage would be a safe one and that Swami would be waiting to guide her across the divide that separates this dimension from the next. As time progressed, the lady became more and more radiant with light. And even though her children were trying to cling to her, she reached a point where she no longer wanted the contact of her children, nor her other friend who happened to be there. And as she was passing, she cried out, "Sai Ram, Sai Ram." And my friend was also chanting to Swami. The lady passed in glory. But what to do? There are suddenly 2 children left here without the mother. So my friend was taking care of them and making some phone calls to relatives in another country. She stayed with these young teens for some time until an uncle from the family was able to arrive from another country, and he took care of the children, taking them home to his place where he would look after them and see to their upbringing and their care. Amazingly, as I was getting ready to deliver my talk in another city, my friend arrived in a taxi and was there just long enough to give her speech, and then she jumped in her taxi and went back to the other city to keep caring for this lady who was in her last moments. How miraculous is this? But this is how Swami works with some of his devotees. They are devotees who do not question him. They are the kind of devotees who are ever ready to serve him no matter what the assignment. They trust him. They are like Lord Hanuman, one knee down in devotion, hands folded, the other knee up ready to jump. And Swami said this is the type of devotee he loves the best. Om Shri Sai Ram.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Om Tasmat Karunya Bhavena Raksha Sai Ishvara. Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Sai Ishvara Arpanamastu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. 8